Imagine for a moment that most of the produce currently sitting in your refrigerator is a metabolic lie. It sounds like a conspiracy, but the science is far more grounded and far more disturbing. By the time that head of fresh lettuce or that bag of spinach has traversed the 1,000-mile legacy supply chain to reach your local supermarket, its nutritional profile has already collapsed. You are essentially paying a premium for water and fiber, bulk matter containing only a fraction of the vitamins the plant possessed at the moment of harvest. We have been conditioned to accept this nutritional depletion as the cost of modern life. But what if I told you that you could bypass this entire industrial infrastructure using nothing more than a trash can, a paper towel, and 5 minutes of your time? What if there was a category of plants so absurdly simple to grow and so fast to harvest that they make almost everything else in modern agriculture look like a slow, expensive joke? They are called microgreens. And the story of how they went from a chef's accidental discovery to a priority research project for NASA is one of the most ignored food stories in the world. Right now, on the International Space Station, astronauts are using this technology to sustain themselves. Yet, most of us are told that fresh food requires hectares of land and heavy machinery. This is a cultural lie designed to keep you dependent on a system that prioritizes shelf life over your health. The emergence of this biological breakthrough didn't start in a sterile laboratory. It began with a logistical misunderstanding in a kitchen in 1982. Chef Craig Hartman, working at the legendary Cliff House in San Francisco, placed an order for baby greens from a local farmer to decorate his plates. What arrived, however, were not the tender young leaves he expected, but tiny thread-like protrusions barely an inch tall with leaves smaller than a fingernail. Most chefs would have sent the shipment back in anger, but Hartman was curious. He tasted a single micro leaf of radish and was hit by a concentrated, intense phytochemical payload that dwarfed the flavor of the mature plant. That one tiny leaf had more zing and peppery kick than a whole mature radish. A single sprout of basil carried more aroma than an entire branch of a grown plant. It was as if the very essence of the vegetable had been compressed into a single vibrant strike of flavor. Within weeks, these tiny greens were appearing on every dish leaving his kitchen, and by the mid-1980s, the mistake had become a staple of California's elite culinary scene. But for decades, the world treated them as an aesthetic luxury, a pretty garnish for the wealthy, rather than the nutritional revolution they actually represent. The real bombshell dropped in 2012. The USDA, in collaboration with the University of Maryland, conducted a study that should have been front page news globally. They analyzed 25 varieties of microgreens at the cotyledon, or first leaf stage, and compared them to the USDA's own database for mature vegetables. The data revealed a massive nutritional delta that was almost hard to believe. These tiny leaves were between 4 and 40 times more nutrient dense than their adult counterparts. To put that into perspective, a 10-day-old red cabbage sprout contains 40 times more vitamin E and 69 times more vitamin K than a full-grown head of cabbage. This isn't just a marginal improvement, it is a leap by an order of magnitude. Consuming a small handful of these greens provides the systemic nutritional impact of eating several bowls of full-grown salad. Yet, following this discovery, there was an institutional silence. It took the government over a decade to effectively communicate these findings, likely because this data challenges the very foundations of an industrial food model built on mass production and long-distance shipping. To understand why this works, you have to stop thinking like a gardener and start thinking like a technician. A seed is not just a biological object. It is a compressed library of evolutionary intelligence. Inside that tiny casing is a million-year-old blueprint for life, containing all the energy and minerals needed to ignite the first stage of growth. When you grow microgreens, you aren't farming in the traditional sense of managing soil health over months. You are executing stored biological commands. The plant is a biological battery. And by harvesting at the earliest possible stage, you are capturing a biological explosion of vitamins before they are diluted by the plant's growth into adulthood. The most critical part of this execution is what we call the 3-second switch. Research shows that plants germinated in total darkness have significantly lower nutrient levels. But moving a tray from the dark phase into the light, a simple 3-second action acts as a master switch. This exposure is the execution command that activates chlorophyll and triggers a massive surge in carotenoids and vitamins, turning a pale sprout into a nutritional powerhouse almost instantly. The health implications go far beyond standard vitamins. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University, led by pharmacologist Paul Talalay and Jed Fahey, spent years investigating a compound called sulforaphane, which triggers cellular defense and detoxification. Their findings were transformative. Young broccoli sprouts contain 20 to 50 times more sulforaphane than mature heads of broccoli. In clinical trials, consuming these sprouts increased the excretion of benzene, a pervasive carcinogen from air pollution and tobacco smoke, by up to 61%. By consuming the plant at this precise 10-day window, we tap into the biological defense compounds nature uses to protect its young, repurposing them for human detoxification. This is why NASA chose microgreens for long-term space missions. In the resource-constrained environment of the International Space Station, every gram and every watt of energy must be maximized. Microgreens provide the highest possible nutrient density per square inch and per unit of time. If this technology is robust enough to sustain astronauts in the vacuum of space, it is more than capable of providing a nutritional foundation for your home. So why isn't everyone doing this? The answer lies in 3 structural barriers designed to protect the status quo. The first is the visual lie. We are conditioned to believe that agriculture must involve tractors, hectares, and seasons. A tray of greens on a kitchen shelf doesn't look like food to the modern consumer, so the industrial system simply ignores it. The second is the patent problem. You cannot monetize or patent a system that requires only paper towels, tap water, and generic seeds. Simplicity is a threat to a model built on proprietary chemicals and complex logistics. Finally, there is the logistics nightmare. Microgreens are too fragile for long supply chains. They perish quickly and are best consumed immediately after harvest. Because they don't fit the long-haul model, they are sold as a luxury item for $50 per pound in stores, even though they cost pennies to grow at home. This creates a ridiculous economic equation where you can pay $20 for a supermarket salad mix with degrading nutrients, or spend $2 on seeds to produce a fresh, live tray of superior nutrition in your own kitchen. If you want to break free from this system, you can initiate your own kitchen factory today using a 5-minute protocol. You don't need a green thumb, a garden, or even sunlight. All you need are 5 things. You need a shallow container, even recycled food packaging will do, a moisture wicking surface like folded paper towels, high quality seeds, water, and a simple light source like a desk lamp. The process is a simple 5-step cycle. First, you moisten the paper towel and place it in the tray. Second, you spread your seeds in a high-density carpet. Unlike traditional gardening, density is your ally here. Third, you enter the dark phase, covering the tray for 3 to 5 days. This triggers a stretch as the plants search for light, utilizing the seed's internal energy battery. Fourth is the light switch phase. Once the sprouts are a few inches tall and pale yellow, you uncover them and turn on your light. In just 24 to 48 hours, you will witness the magic as they turn vibrant green, igniting their chlorophyll factories and spiking their nutrient levels. Finally, on the 10th day, you harvest. The scalability of this system is its most inspiring feature. A space as small as a closet, roughly 60 square feet, can produce 50 pounds of microgreens every 2 weeks using vertical shelving. This isn't just a hobby, it is a map for a new kind of food security and independence. By growing your own, you are no longer a passive consumer at the end of a fragile, nutrient depleted supply chain. You become a producer using high efficiency biological technology to harvest the most nutrient dense food on the planet. We've been told that health is complicated and expensive, but the reality is that the library of life is already sitting on your counter, waiting to be activated. The only thing standing between you and a 40-fold increase in your nutritional intake is the 5 minutes it takes to start. Your kitchen is the new frontier of agriculture. The question is simple. Will you continue to rely on the legacy industrial model, or will you take 5 minutes to activate the harvest?